All right, so if you were a ninja in the mountains of old Japan, one of the tools that you would have likely had with you was a Nata, or like a mountain hatchet, right? This Japanese style hatchet is flat on the back. It's got a cool 90-degree spine. It's set up with the blade on the front. Some of these are setups where it's only ground on one edge, and some of these are ground on both sides. This one's ground on both sides, and the ones that are grounded, sort of double-sided grounded like this, are meant for like being a hatchet rather than just like a pruning or gardening tool. So I was gifted this by my mother-in-law and was really grateful for it, but the carry system that came with it was non-existent. It was like a canvas bag that you wrap it up and tie it off, so you had to throw it in your backpack. I wanted to create a system or a kit that I could carry with me when I was in the mountains and it was like winter. If you look back at a couple of videos ago, I did a video on a machete that I had, the SE Darien Expat. Sent it off to Black Bear Custom Kayaks, did a great job, and you can see that video. And I duplicated sort of the setup with this Nata. So what I asked for is a setup that will let me carry the Nata itself. I also wanted to be able to carry my multi-tool, which is this Leatherman Wave, and then a large ferrocerium rod here on the side. Now, Black Bear Custom Kayaks did a great job. They did this two-sided sheath, a pancake sheath, I believe is what it's called. And you know, it's got the grommets all the way down. It's secured in this holder for my ferro rod. Does a great job putting an elastic band on the end of it, so it just loops over and stays in there. This holder for my wave is great. And again, when I go into like a more of a jungle sort of setting, or something where I'm going to be using like softer greenwood and a machete is more appropriate, I can pull out my wave, pull out my ferro rod, and switch that over. So I have all season setup with both of these blades. Black Bear set me up with a baldric carry option, so I can use this like a sling and carry this here, which is honestly the way I carry this most of the time when I use it. But it does have a dangler on the back as well, so if I wanted to hang this from my belt, I could do that. I would certainly attach some setup on the bottom so I could tie it off to my thigh so it wasn't bouncing. This is pretty heavy altogether. But what I want to do is try it out in the woods. I want to do some stuff. I want to see how it like helps me chop up some wood that I've got to move around. I want to see if I use it to produce like some feather sticks, see if I can use it to strike my ferro rod, and see if we can get a fire started. Let's see how it works. So this piece is about wrist thick, Let's see how this thing chop processes here. I'm not gonna lie and say it's the best chopper that I've ever used. And this handle is also probably not like the nicest handle. I'm gonna take this paracord and I'm gonna run my wrap all the way down a little bit further to give me a little something to grab and a little shock absorption. Let's check this Nata out. So as a batoning tool, this Best Made Co. hatchet does a great job. So I've got this right angle here. Let's see if we can get some feathers off of it. I'm gonna lean in. Oh, this thing cuts actually really nicely. I'm just running these feathers off. I'm not the best at making feather sticks, but I'm getting better. Short stroking it a little bit here. So this thing is plenty sharp to cut these feathers. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just collect them, and then maybe we'll make like a feather bundle here and see if we can get this struck with our ferro rod. So we're gonna try sparking this thing with the sparking the ferro rod with the hatchet itself. And if that doesn't work, I've got my Leatherman on the side to pick up the slack. I know that'll throw a spark, but what I don't know is if these little guys will catch with the spark rod or not. So give that a shot. This is not pitch wood. It's just fine little shavings. If we need some pitch wood, I'll go find some. First, let's see if this thing will throw a spark. It will, but it's not very good. I'm gonna switch to the Leatherman. The back of the knife on this Leatherman, they do a great job throwing a spark. Didn't work that great with the spark rod. I'd like to see it work a lot faster. So, Black Bear Custom Kydex made a great sheath for my Nata. Again, I can hold my Leatherman wave and a big ferrocerium rod on it. One thing I'm noticing is I have been using my file to throw the sparks on the ferro rod, and I've actually textured up the ferro rod so much that it doesn't want to go in and out of the Kydex connector on the sheath. So I might get a new ferro rod and throw this one in like a little fanny pack that I keep, just because it won't slide in and out of here very well. The Nata itself with its coating won't throw sparks, and it won't scrape the pitchwood very well. It's a little uncomfortable on the handle to use, but I think with a paracord wrap, I'll be able to absorb some shock. I do love being able to carry all of this together. It's a pretty good hatchet. It's probably not the ideal solution that I'm looking for, but in the meantime, I'm gonna be using it just because of how cool it looks. Again, if you have any knives, even ones with sort of funky dimensions, Black Bear Custom Kydex has been able to do great stuff for me, and I can't recommend them enough. Thank you for watching, my friends. Stay tuned, and until next time, Ninja every day.